Talk with the Cowboy.
Welcome, and thanks for riding with the Cowboy. You're riding with the 100th episode tonight. 100 episodes of riding with the Cowboy, so thank you for support. Now we're going to move on to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and their defeat against the Buffalo Bills on Thursday Night Football, 24-16, with a Hail Mary pass to Chris Godwin that could have tied the game. With an extra point, we would have won the game. Played a good game, even though we were slow in the third quarter. Punt block led us to a touchdown early, got us back into the game. We were 10-0 behind, but we stayed in the game, even though we were defeated. The third quarter was kind of a dragging offense that couldn't get anything going. And in the last touchdown to get it to 24-16, we, the Buccaneers, took about 7 minutes plus to get the ball down to the end of the field. So that time management was really crucial, and it didn't get done real well. But we did get a last gasp Hail Mary. Chris Godwin was 2 feet from it, looking up at it. If he'd have caught it, it'd have been a different show tonight, and we would have got an extra point and won the game. So it was a close game, a lot closer than most thought. We went in 9-point underdogs. We lost by 6. So it was what we thought it was going to be. Our offense looked timid. Our defense carried the day and carried the block that set us up for the touchdown. The offense just can't get on track. The running game looked a little bit better with Rashad White going outside catching a pass. And Rashad White, truth be known, is a better receiver than he is a running back. He should be a third receiver. Catches the ball well. We said it here on the show before. Caught the ball out in space last week against Buffalo and made some moves and made some good runs. One was called back on a hold, made about a 40-yard run. So outside the box, Rashad tried to move the ball, but we couldn't put any points on the board, and we came up 6 points short. And we left 3-4 with this week playing the Houston Texans in Houston Sunday at 1 o'clock. We need to win that game. It's going to be a tough game. The injury to Vita Vea is concerning. We didn't see Vita Vea out but a few plays last game against Buffalo. Our defensive ends just cannot get a pass rush penetrated to the quarterback. Just cannot get one that's sustainable. We need that pass rush because the defense is going to have to carry the day. You know, the offense is just sputtering. And then they don't get anything accomplished. They don't get many points. They're averaging just 17 points. It's hard to win football games when you average just 17 points. Your defense has got to carry a lot of the load. We'll keep watching this week. No major injuries of any note. Everybody ready to go but Vita Vea. Still know anything about him, whether he'll go against the Texans. We hope he will. He should. Big games this week. We got the Dolphins and the Chiefs over in Frankfurt, Germany. 2 of the top 5 teams here at Sports Talk with the Cowboy playing each other. That is 9:30 in the morning, Frankfurt, Germany. So there's a lot of big games this week to watch, and we hope you continue to post up with the NFL and keep your ears to the news that we give you here at Sports Talk with the Cowboy. But a lot of good football this week. The Bucs are not out of it, even though they were defeated. They're 3-4, still in the hunt. A long way to go. Just got to start winning some games, and this week's the first one to have to win against the Houston Texans. Go Bucs. Now we're going to move on to college. The University of South Florida was off this week. A lot of major college games this week. Georgia defeats Florida. Other major games throughout the college football world. No major upsets to speak of. Most were victories of the teams we expected to win. This week there'll be some more tougher matchups. There's only 3 games left in the college football season to select the top 4 teams to go into the playoffs to play for the World Championship of College Football. Right now, our Florida State Seminoles are ranked 2nd in the nation and are looking real well, real good. They got a big game coming up this week, so we're just going to have to hope that all goes well with Florida State and they can get into that top 4. So we'll keep you posted on what's going on in the college football world this weekend. But get on your TVs. It's getting to the meat and the bone now in college football. We're going to start determining who the champions are going to be. And some of these big teams that haven't lost is going to lose because they're going to play another team about the same strength as they are. We'll keep you posted on that. We'll go to Major League Baseball. The Texas Rangers won the game 11-1 last night against the Arizona Diamondbacks. They lead the World Series 3-1 for the Diamondbacks. Tonight, 8 o'clock Eastern, there will be another game in Arizona, the Rangers and the Diamondbacks. For the Diamondbacks, this is the last gas to lose tonight. The 4th one's in the bank. They're going to have to win it out now. We'll see how it goes. We'll keep you posted. There's been a lot of good action in that World Series. If you hadn't tuned in, please tune in. Support Major League Baseball and the World Series. It's a great event, great pageantry, and we need to support the baseball. It certainly does. And then we're going to the Tampa Bay Lightning. We're about the same. We lost 2, we won 1. We're continuing to mutter through until we can get our goalie back after Christmas. Vasilevsky should be back after Christmas, we hope, in a limited capacity. And we got a lot longer to play in the National Hockey League to win Lord Stanley Cup. We got all the way to the start of the summer. So we got a good while. They're just getting going. We're going about 500. We're not getting too far ahead or too far back. And we'll get the good goalie in there. And maybe we can, instead of winning 2 and losing 2, we can win 5 and lose 2. And we'll start picking up that momentum is what the Lightning can do. And we're sure that they will. So you be the thunder for our Lightning. And now we're going to go to the questions. And tonight, the first question is from Roger. And Roger wanted to know what I thought about the Kirk Cousins injury and the Minnesota Vikings being hurt last week with Achilles or ACL tear. Well, he is out for the year. He is no longer going to play this year. He is no longer on the squad. He's been placed on injured reserve permanent. And his place was taken yesterday, Roger, by J.D. Dobbs, the quarterback from the Arizona Cardinals. He was traded to the Minnesota Vikings yesterday. Yesterday, Halloween Day, was the trade deadline, and he was traded from Arizona to Minnesota, and he'll be starting this week. We'll see how he does. But yes, Kirk Cousins for the Minnesota Vikings, Roger, out for the year. God bless you, and thank you for your question, Roger. And the next question is from Alice. Of course, Alice, USF. Alice wanted to know what I thought about the game this week against Memphis Tigers. We talked about it last week. We'll talk about it again. Memphis Tigers is a tough team, Alice. I hope we can go up there and win. We got to win 6 to be bowl eligible. We're 4-4 with only 4 games to go. So we got to win some of these last games. But Memphis is a tough game. Out of the ones that are left, it's the toughest. I hope we win. I hope we come out of there, if we don't win, uninjured, because we got 3 other games after that I think we have a real good chance in. I'm pulling for the Bulls this week, Alice, but we got a tough match against Memphis. That's at 3 o'clock Saturday in Memphis. Thanks for your question. God bless you, Alice. And the last question is for Timmy. And Timmy wanted to know what I thought about the Arizona Diamondbacks streaky hitting during the World Series. And Timmy, they've been a long shot, Timmy, all year long, the Arizona Diamondbacks. They barely got into the playoffs. They defeated the world champion LA Dodgers to continue to go. They beat the Milwaukee Brewers. They have won 3 series before they got to the World Series. No one thought they could beat the Philadelphia Phillies. Never count those Diamondbacks out. There's a game tonight, and if they win it, it's 3-2, and we'll go on to the next game. So they are streaky in their hitting. They're not a power hitting team that hits home runs. It's a single, it's a double, it's a single, it's a triple. They're not over the fence batters at the Arizona Diamondbacks. They're just simple. Put contact on the ball, put the ball out where nobody can catch it, put a man on base, and move him along. And once they get in that rhythm, they're hard to beat, but they just got to find that rhythm. They have not been able to get that rhythm against the Texas Rangers. God bless you, and thank you for your question. DJX, what do you got for me tonight?
Well, Cowboy, you know what it is. Let's get right off into it, buddy. All right. Steelers activate defensive line for game versus Titans.
They need some help on the defensive line. The Titans are playing good ball with a new quarterback, Will Levis. He threw 4 touchdowns. 4 touchdowns last week. Rookie, we could have got him. The Bucs could have. He fell in the draft. The Titans got him. They didn't let Tannehill play. Malik Willis, that they picked a couple years ago, they kept him on the bench and put him in there. And I'm going to tell you right now, he threw 4 touchdowns. So they're going to have to put pressure on him. Because if they don't put pressure on Will Levis, he's going to sling that ball 75, 80 yards down that field like he did last week.
Right.
And so they need to activate that defensive line and get some premier rushers to put the pressure on him. Don't let him sit back in that pocket. That's what they did last week with the Falcons, and it didn't turn out well.
All right. Moving right along. Why Steelers didn't land Bears quarterback Jalen Johnson? What's up with that?
Well, I don't think they really needed him. Pickett, is not going to play this week possibly from an injury, but they got Mitch Trubisky. There's nothing wrong with Mitch Trubisky.
Yeah.
The guy that Johnson, he's no better than Mitch Trubisky. Mitch Trubisky can play the quarterback position. So why am I going out and pay $3.5 million for the guy just to have his name on the back of a shirt? I got a guy named Mr. Biscuit. I gave a 3-year contract, $5 million a year. That's $15 million guaranteed.
Yeah.
To be my backup. This is his second year. He's getting paid. Why am I going to bring another guy in less than him and try to put him above the guy? It's a risk. He knows the team. He'll play for Pickett. If not, he won't be Pickett, but he ain't going to be that far off.
Right. All right. Why did Bucs need Josh Jacobs?
Why did the Bucs need him?
Yeah.
I don't think they need him either.
You don't think they need him?
Josh Jacobs it would be a good running back, but we're not going to be able to get. We don't have the money to pay him.
Can't pay him?
No way.
No budget.
No $15 million a year. No way.
No budget for
No,
him.
$15 million. Josh Jacobs, the running back, the Raiders certainly couldn't pay him. No, we can't afford it.
Bet. All right. Now, AJ and Tyreek coming for records.
They're both on pace for records for touchdowns. AJ and Tyreek Hill on their touchdowns for the year. They're continuing to catch them every game, at least 2 or 3, sometimes 4 with Tyreek Hill. So they're really working on that record. One of them two is going to break it, or both could break the all-time, the season, a regular season touchdown record. Both of these receivers could do it. Tyreek Hill and A.J. Brown both could break the all-time regular season touchdown record. Okay, together. That's how good they are. I mean, even that they're not on the same team as we know, but they could break it. They're on pace to break it.
Yeah.
And if nobody gets injured, they probably will break it.
Interesting. All right, so go to the boards. Best and worst of NFL. Broncos stun Chiefs. Cowboys root Rams. And what's wrong with the 49ers?
49ers been shell-shocked. Brock Purdy's kind of dinged. That he hasn't had his weapons in there. Samuel and McCaffrey's, they're back and forth getting hurt. He's got to get some consistency. He's still got George Kittle, the tight end. He's throwing to. He's not out of it. He's just got to get recombobulated. Purdy does. The last 2 games, the Vikings in this last week, he just has not looked himself. His offense is not the same with McCaffrey playing just so many few downs. Deebo Samuel not on the field. All he's got is Kittle. They double him up. Then what has he got? He's got a sack. He's got his head getting banged. He's been getting quite a lot of that. So I look for a rebound with them.
Yeah.
As far as the Broncos beating the Kansas City Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes, the morning of last week's game, had 103 fever. The NFL, of course, mandated that he was checked before the game, and it was down to 102.
Normal.
102 fever. He had the flu.
Oh, nah. He wasn't normal
So
at all.
Patrick, he threw 4. He threw 4 picks, but the man had 102 fever. Okay, just saying. They said, "Oh, he didn't look himself." I said, well, "Do you think he would with 102 fever?" I mean, I couldn't even get out there with a 1 degree of fever, more or less 102.
Right. All right. For my last and final. Bills to sign Fournette.
Good signing by the Buffalo Bills. Leonard, playoff Leonard Fournette, ex-Buccaneers Super Bowl ring holder, winner.
Yeah.
I got rid of him last year, to have Rashad White, which is just terrible. And that running back group that they got in Tampa Bay is absolutely terrible. They're just terrible. I mean, when Chase Edmonds is your number 2 back, Rashad White's your number 1 back, Keyshawn Vaughn, it's just a terrible running back room. Jason Light does never invest in running backs at a high rate. He don't do it. And we can see what's happened now. I mean, it's terrible. And so Leonard Fournette, I wished he was still a Buccaneer. He's trimmed down about 15 pounds. He went shopping himself at top dollar All-Pro. Not a great contract, but a 1-year prove-it deal. And let me tell you, if he's in shape and he's hungry, he'll prove it. And I think the Bills got a good back. Maybe not a starting back, but a good back in the stable.
Well, that's what's up, Cowboy. That's what I got for you tonight.
Well, God bless you, DJX, and God bless each and every one of you for your support of watching the show and the Sports Talk with the Cowboy. You pick them this week. Bill from Sebring won the week at 13-3. Congratulations to Bill. And this next week's papers are out for the next week's game. And again, you can put it on comments, send it here to the show, and you're entered into the contest. Be good to your neighbor. Show some peace and love to your friends and neighbors. Don't take it for granted in this crazy world that we live in. And continue to trust in God until the next show. Cowboys out.
dreams that you had you could do so you want him to do you so much you could do anything?